Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. Today we have a truly special episode lined up, a deep dive into the mind behind OpenAI and the journey toward artificial general intelligence, or AGI. I'm thrilled to be joined by my co-host Eric. Sam's story and vision really resonate with anyone who's passionate about tech, startups, and the future of AI. So let's just jump right in. Sam's reflections on the early days of OpenAI are fascinating. Did you catch how close they actually were to not starting it at all?
Yeah, that blew me away too. I mean, it's one thing to dream big, but when 99% of the world thinks you're crazy, that's a whole other level of conviction. It's like they were literally sitting in a room debating, should we even do this? And then just go for it. That moment of commitment, that leap of faith, is so pivotal. It really speaks to how many ambitious projects start in that fragile moment of, let's do this, even if it seems nuts.
Absolutely. And what's striking is how much uncertainty they faced back then. No revenue, no products, just ideas scribbled on whiteboards, and a tiny robotic hand barely able to manipulate a Rubik's Cube. It's so easy to forget how improbable what we now see as obvious breakthroughs actually were. The idea of something like ChatGPT was pure science fiction at that point.
Right, and yet they managed to rally the smartest minds around this seemingly impossible goal. That 1% who resonated with the vision, it turns out that was a pretty sharp group. The mission itself became a magnet for talent because it was unique. That's such a critical startup lesson, isn't it? If you're chasing the same thing as everyone else, it's so much harder to attract and keep top talent. But when you're doing something one of a kind, people want to be part of that story.
Yeah, that uniqueness factor is huge. But Sam also pointed out that OpenAI didn't start as the massive organization it is now, just a handful of people in a room, uncertain of the path forward. That's such a grounding reminder for founders. Big, impactful companies almost always start small and uncertain. The key is to pick a market where the future could be big if it works, and then just keep moving forward, step by step.
And on that note, the evolution of the technology itself is wild. Sam talked about how the capabilities of the models have outpaced the products built on top of them. So many new ideas to explore, especially as costs drop rapidly. Did you catch the hint about the upcoming open source model? People are going to be surprised by how powerful it is and what they can run locally. That's going to open a whole new frontier for developers and startups.
Yeah, the potential for running powerful models locally is a game changer. Imagine the privacy, speed, and autonomy that could bring. And then there's the whole memory feature in ChatGPT. It's like talking to an assistant who actually knows you, who can proactively help instead of just reacting. That kind of persistent, personalized AI feels like a big step toward the future Sam envisions, an AI companion running alongside us, integrated everywhere, helping us navigate daily life.
That blew my mind. We're moving beyond just typing queries and getting responses. It's about AI that understands context, remembers your preferences, and can take initiative. It's like having a smart partner who actually gets you. And the vision of that AI being always on, running in the background, nudging you when needed, or even doing tasks for you, it's a huge leap in how we interact with technology.
Totally. And then there's the hardware side. Sam teased new devices, possibly new AI companions, or even robots. The convergence of vision, speech, reasoning, and embodied robotics is coming, and it sounds like it's closer than most people think. The idea of a humanoid robot assistant sent with a premium ChatGPT subscription, that's sci-fi becoming reality.
Yeah, and it's interesting how the challenges of robotics, mechanical engineering, and AI cognition have been difficult but are now within reach. Plus, the thought experiment Sam mentioned about how many robots we'd need to automate entire supply chains, that's huge. It's a reminder that scaling isn't just about the tech itself, but the entire ecosystem, manufacturing, and infrastructure.
Which ties into the bigger geopolitical and industrial questions Sam raised. How do we bring manufacturing back, especially for precision tech? He stressed that old policies haven't worked and that AI and robotics might offer new ways to revive industrial capacity in places like the US. It's not just about tech innovation, but also about how society organizes production.
Exactly. And speaking of organizing, the discussion about defensibility in startups was so insightful. OpenAI is clear about focusing on building the best assistant and platform, but they don't want others just cloning ChatGPT. The best startups, Sam says, are often those doing something different, not chasing the same 5 popular ideas everyone else is. That's a really important strategic point for founders.
Yes, it's tempting to jump on the hottest trends, but differentiation is key. The earliest defensibility for OpenAI was simply having the only product out there, but over time they've built features like memory and integrations that create real barriers. That journey from being first to building defensibility, it's a process many startups overlook.
And it takes guts to be contrarian, which Sam also emphasized. Remember that story about Elon Musk sending a harsh email saying they had 0 chance of success? That could have crushed anyone's spirit. But Sam's takeaway is that conviction in the face of skepticism is crucial. It gets easier over time, but you have to be ready to get knocked down and keep getting up.
So true. It's one of those things that's easier said than done, but absolutely vital. Moving on to AI agents, this year is the year of the agent, as Greg Brockman said. The idea that AI can act like a junior employee, working through complex tasks and coming back with meaningful proposals, that's a massive shift from AI as just a search or chatbot tool.
Yeah, it's evolving from static question answering to dynamic workflow partners. That's going to disrupt tons of jobs and create new workflows we don't even fully imagine yet. And the fact that current models already enable this is super exciting. We're at the cusp of a new era of human-computer interaction.
Speaking of which, Sam's thoughts on interfaces melting away were fascinating. The ideal is an interface that just disappears. The AI quietly managing your tasks, surfacing info when it matters, and acting on your behalf without annoying interruptions. It's such a contrast to today's phone notifications and constant distractions.
Yeah, it's a vision of technology that empowers rather than overwhelms. And that's where Johnny Ive comes in, bringing design genius to rethink how we interact with machines. Sam mentioned only 2 major revolutions in computer interfaces in 50 years, and AI could spark the next one. Betting on the right designer to lead that is a brilliant move.
Absolutely. And on the topic of software, the notion that LLMs could become the interface layer on top of APIs and databases, just-in-time software generation, is both thrilling and a little scary for traditional SaaS companies. But Sam's take is optimistic. Startups can iterate faster than big companies, especially as cost barriers fall.
Yeah, the ground is shaking, but startups have the agility advantage. Plus, this shift levels the playing field in some ways. The key will be how quickly companies can adapt and innovate. I'd love to hear that talk Sam mentioned someday about defensibility strategies in this new landscape.
Me too. Before we wrap, I want to highlight Sam's broader vision for the next 10, 20 years. He's most excited about AI for science, accelerating discovery, which fuels sustainable economic growth and improves lives globally. That's a powerful vision of AI as a multiplier for human progress.
Yeah, and his reflections on the intertwined importance of energy and AI were eye-opening. He originally thought of them as separate vectors, but now sees energy as a fundamental limiter for AI's potential. The chart he loves, correlating quality of life with energy abundance and cost, really underscores how central energy innovation is for the future.
It's inspiring how these two interests have converged in his work. And his optimism is contagious, the belief that technology will bring radical abundance despite the skeptics. He even joked about wanting to experience the degrowth mindset once, just to understand it better. But he's firmly in the camp that technology and startups are the way forward.
Before we sign off, I loved Sam's advice to his younger self, the importance of resilience and conviction. Startups are really hard. The hard parts are way harder than you think, but the good parts are even better. Having that long game mindset is so important for anyone building something big.
Well said. This conversation has been packed with wisdom and inspiration. Huge thanks to Sam Altman for sharing his journey and vision. And to our listeners, we hope you're as energized as we are to keep pushing boundaries. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks, everyone. Keep dreaming big and taking those steps forward, no matter how daunting it seems. See you soon.